Welcome to today's Explainer. We're doing something really exciting today. We're translating a complete Premium Fashion Design Institute masterclass into your ultimate professional toolkit. We're going to give you the power to decode literally any garment you see, diving deep into the exact curriculum taught to future professional designers.
Okay, so here is our roadmap for today. We're covering the core design concepts, regional identities and garments, textiles, crafts, and colors, traditional versus contemporary fusion, professional analysis and workflows. And we'll wrap up with common mistakes and a skill check. Let's get right into it.
Look, we have to shatter a massive misconception right out of the gate. When most people hear the words Indian fashion, they instantly just picture traditional wedding outfits. But actually, we are talking about a deeply rich, highly complex, and totally complete design system. It weaves together history, culture, textile knowledge, craftsmanship, and silhouette thinking. For example, a true designer doesn't just look at a sari and see a traditional dress. No, they see 6 yards of pure architectural potential. It's a blank canvas of drape just waiting to be made relevant for today's customer.
Section 1. The core design concepts. The 13 vital elements. So, there are 13 absolutely crucial concepts a pro designer evaluates before even thinking about sketching a single line. Think of these elements as layers of a cake that have to perfectly complement each other, you know? You have silhouette and drape, which dictate the outer shape and flow. Then you have fabric and construction, turning that abstract shape into a physical reality. Color and motif step in to create an emotional and storytelling connection, while surface ornamentation, like specific embroideries and prints, adds that premium craftsmanship. Finally, you have to factor in occasion, region, cultural identity, and contemporary adaptation. That ensures the design is respectful of its roots, but still completely relevant to the modern wearer.
Moving on to Section 2, Regional Identities and Garments, Fashion Across India.
Now, let's take that foundational toolkit and apply it to the real world. We're exploring 11 primary fashion regions, and it's fascinating because geography literally dictates fashion here. Imagine the arid, expansive deserts of Rajasthan. Here, fashion responds to that stark landscape with the bold, multicolored bandhani of the Gagra Choli, which is specifically designed to stand out. Now, travel south to the tropical, humid climate of Kerala. The response there is a breezy, minimalist, off-white and gold kasavu sari. From the pastel shadowwork of Uttar Pradesh to the natural golden sheen of Assam's Muga silk, a designer simply must know how to map specific silhouettes, fabrics, and colors to their distinct geographic identities.
Building on those regions, we can break down the 9 major Indian garments. And the huge takeaway here is that understanding an item's base construction is literally the key to unlocking its future. Take the dupatta, for instance. Because it's inherently a rectangular, unstitched drape, it isn't just a scarf. Structurally, it's a blank canvas that effortlessly transforms into statement capes. On the flip side, when you look at a highly stitched, body-hugging piece like a choli, the natural modern adaptation is a contemporary crop top. Knowing whether you're working with an unstitched flow or a structured stitched coat entirely dictates your boundaries for innovation.
All right, Section 3, Textiles, Crafts, and Colors, the soul of design.
So there are 7 core textile and craft techniques that form the real bedrock of this fashion system. We've got sustainable handlooms, block printing, organic tie-dye like bandhani, intricate regional embroidery, applique, and incredibly rich surface decorations like mirror and zari work. Take ikat weaving, for example. It involves mathematically precise resist dyeing of the threads before they are even woven together, which creates these mesmerizing geometric patterns. As a designer, you aren't just using these techniques to make something look pretty. You use them to add storytelling, richness, and true craftsmanship value to your collections.
But hey, none of these textiles exist without color. The Indian color language has evolved beautifully over time. Traditional bold contrast is designed to make outfit details pop from afar, while festive and bridal palettes rely on rich reds, maroons, and golds to symbolize celebration. But you might be wondering, why are we seeing such a massive shift towards muted pastels and earthy monochromes today? Well, it's because these tones tap into modern consumer psychology. They ease contemporary wearers into highly traditional silhouettes, making a heavily embroidered piece feel sleek, modern, and versatile.
Which naturally brings us to Section 4, Traditional versus Contemporary Fusion, a Design Evolution.
Let's actually compare these two paradigms. Traditional fashion heavily favors flowing, unstitched drapes, bold saturated colors, and heavy embellishments designed for ritualistic occasions. Contemporary fusion, however, shifts the focus towards structured, pre-stitched silhouettes, muted palettes, lightweight blended fabrics, and minimal focal embellishments for busy daily lifestyles. Tradition and modernity really aren't opposites. They are a continuous line of design evolution. Identifying these exact structural differences is exactly what allows a designer to execute a brilliant fusion collection. And this evolution directly drives today's current market trends. Just look at these 5 major fusion applications. You have Indo-Western draped gowns, giving you sari elegance in a zip. Structured lehenga skirts with modern waistbands. Fusion kurta sets paired with Western cigarette pants. Craft-led jackets layering intricate kanta stitch over jeans. And minimal bridal palettes. The core design thinking across all 5 of these is solving for modern comfort and wearability, without sacrificing an ounce of authentic cultural craft.
Okay. Let's talk application. In Section 5, Professional Analysis and Workflows, the Designer's Toolkit.
If you want to build a professional portfolio, you absolutely need a rigorous blueprint for garment analysis. Take the Banarasi sari, the Fulkari dupatta, the Chikankari kurta, the Bandhani gagra, and the Kashmiri shawl. For every single one of these, a designer must lock down the region, isolate the specific surface design, and fully understand the construction before ever pitching a contemporary adaptation. Like, for instance, reinventing a vibrant Fulkari dupatta into a tailored Western jacket. So how do we actually achieve that analysis? You rely on this specific 5-step workflow: research, select, analyze, develop, and present. Why is it absolutely mandatory to research cultural context and analyze the core concepts before you start sketching in the develop phase? Because jumping straight to development without understanding the history is exactly how designers commit massive cultural faux pas. Following this workflow in this specific order guarantees your designs deliver both deep cultural respect and exciting creative innovation.
Finally, Section 6, Common Mistakes and Skill Check. Refine your process.
Now, the curriculum highlights 8 absolute deal-breaker design mistakes you've got to avoid. 1. Picking color before silhouette. Always finalize your base shape first. 2. Mismatching fabric weight to heavy embroidery. You have to ensure the fabric provides structural support. 3. Misusing sacred motifs. Always research that cultural context. 4. Forcing stiff fabrics into fluid drapes. Test your fabric flow. 5. Inconsistent contemporary blending. You want to maintain aesthetic harmony. 6. Poor proportioning. Balance top and bottom volumes. 7. Ignoring the end user's occasion. Keep it practical. And 8. The absolute biggest mistake. Overloaded embellishment. You literally must pick one focal point for decoration rather than overwhelming the eye.
To wrap things up, the masterclass actually ends with a massive 10-question skill check to test everything we've covered today. We only have time to spotlight one of those critical questions right now, but it's a good one. How would you personally adapt a traditional Indian embroidery technique into a modern Western garment? I challenge you to apply your newly refined designer's eye to it. Think about the workflows, the silhouettes, and the regional crafts we discussed. Leave your creative adaptations in your notes, keep observing the fashion world around you with this incredible new toolkit, and we'll see you on the next explainer.